Hey you guys, this is Snowy88. Today I'm going to talk about two slightly minor subjects. It's about bits and bytes and about Sata2 and Sata3. As you can see, I have Excel here in front of my nose, and at many forums and boards and stuff we see people making always the same mistake regarding megabits and megabytes. For example, you have 1 megabyte and you have 1 megabit. This is 1 megabyte is written as 1 MB with capital letters, and a megabit is written with 1 MB with a small b. Same applies to 1 gigabyte, 1 gigabit, 1 GB, 1 GB. So if you have, for example, a nice internet connection and your provider says, well, you have a 100 megabit connection, you have 100 megabit connection, 100 megabit. How fast would this be in megabytes? Well, that's easy, because since every byte consists of 8 bits, you can always divide the amount of bits by 8, and then you come to the amount of bytes you actually have. So if you have a 100 megabit connection, you can easily say plus 100 divided by 8. This would be the amount of megabytes per second on download speed you would theoretically could get under ideal circumstances. In most cases your speed will be around 11 to 12 megabytes per second. So keep in mind, this can be very important, because the world is full of people who are, very adamant about these little tiny things, about these difference between MB like this or MB like that. It can be quite a difference, because there is a huge difference, because a byte is 8 times more than a bit. Okay. So that have you learned, put it away. Now about Sata2 and Sata3, or also known as Sata 300 or Sata 600. Now most motherboards these days have Sata 600, but what do they actually mean? Okay, Sata 300 means that the SATA connector supports speeds up to 3 gigabit per second. I emphasize on bit, because you have to know how much speed this is. And for SATA 600 it's up to 6 gigabit per second. Yeah? So how fast is this and how fast is this? You can say 3 gigabyte is the same as 3000 megabit per second. And this is 6000 megabit per second. Well, then it's easy. You take the 3000, you divide it by 8, and you have the amount of megabytes per second. And with the SATA 600 connection, it would be 6000 divided by 8, and you have 750 megabytes per second. But this is the theoretical maximum. There are always things that play a role in not getting this amount of speed. For example, your hard drive. How fast is it? My computer is packed with Western Digital Blues, and those are not going faster than 150 megabytes per second. Write speed. So in order to get this SATA 6 port saturated, I need at least 5 of these drives in a RAID 0 configuration before I fill her completely up. This is also the reason why most consumer SSDs advertise usually not more than 600 megabyte, 650 megabyte per second. Unless, of course, and that's an extra bonus, you have the so-called M.2 interface. M.2 is a special connector on your motherboard which is directly connected to the PCI Express bus. This bus is way much faster than a regular SATA port. In my case, I have a Samsung. Let's put this away. I have a device manager. Where is that thing? Let me see. Disk drive. A lot of disk drive. I have an NVMe Samsung SSD 950, and this thing can read up to 2,500 megabytes per second. So it is at least 4 to 5 times faster than a regular SATA connector, and it also has lower latency because it's directly connected to the motherboard and there are no SATA cables between them. And I have a RAID 5 volume of 5 of these drives. You are seeing 6 because there is a loose terabyte drive, but these drives together give me a nice speed of around 600, 700 megabyte per second, and that allows me to record video imagery of gameplay uncompressed and lossless at full speed. So basically that's it, and I hope that you are aware now of the differences between megabits and megabytes, and also about the differences between SATA 2 and SATA 3. So you guys, we have come to the end of this another Snowy 88 video. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something from it. If you liked it, please subscribe, then you won't miss anything in the future. And until next time, see you guys. Bye bye.